Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Sakina. In this pick a card, you are going to have a message from your inner child. So take a look at the images on the screen, choose the one that catches your eye. Timestamps are in the description box below. Enjoy! Hello Pile 1. So let us take a look and see what your inner child would like to share with you today. Oh. Okay. Apparently they have two things. So we have secrets and we have support. So I feel as though your inner child is wanting to share some secrets with you. And one of those secrets, I believe, has to do with knowing that inner child, that they're there to help support you through your life. But we are going to find out with secrets what this means exactly in the book. So it says, "Put your head closer," she whispers to her friend. "What I have to say is a secret." She quietly murmurs her words, knowing they will be kept in the vault that is her confidant's heart. This is her way of unburdening herself when the world fills her too full. At those times where her head pounds and her heart aches, she can call her companion who will take in all of what she needs to let go of. It doesn't burden the creature. Each little gleaming firefly is carrying off a word here, a phrase there. The secrets will be spread throughout the woods until the time comes when this beautiful fairy has need of them. In return for this listening, she answers their beckoning as well. She will bend her head close to listen to what needs to be heard, then watch as the glowing winged ones scatter the creature's word as well. You may have secrets that are pulling you down. Perhaps it is time to find that one who will hear you and help you. It is no weakness to trust another with your secrets. And remember, secrets don't have to be painful. They can be whispers of, "You mean so much to me. Thank you for always being there for me," or "I appreciate your friendship." Consider who needs to hear your secrets. Call them to share with them. Then offer to hold theirs as well. So that's a pretty strong message from your inner child that really doesn't need any more explanation than what was in this book. So let's move to support and see what that has to share. Join our gentle creatures as they support one another. From the one resting on the ground to the one perched on their back, these two know what it means to be there for someone. It is less about knowing why they need you and more about showing up when asked. They remain gentle with each other because support isn't requested unless it is truly needed. One even rests their eyes as they are there simply for the job of being present. They are not needed for advice, input, critique, or anything other than their presence. This is a gift that is harder to give than we might imagine. How often have your requests for support turned from silent witness to Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It-All? Remember that when you are asked for support, it is always a smart idea to ask, what kind of support do you need? Some will need hand-holding. Some will need anything from a gentle boost to a swift kick in the rear. It is our right to ask for what we need and our responsibility to give what we are asked for once we have agreed to something. So don't let your own need for support hold you back from asking. You deserve it. Just set boundaries on exactly what you need. Our gentle creatures bring this lesson forward to you now. So your inner child is telling you that not only are they willing to listen to everything on your mind, they are also there to support you. And they don't necessarily have to say anything or do anything. You just need to know that they are there and that they fully understand you better than anyone could, because they're your inner child. but they don't want to be forgotten. They want to be the ones that you come to when you need that support. They've been with you through thick and thin, so why not? So let's see what further message they might have for you. We have the Ace of Boons, or Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Challenges, or Two of Swords. We have Judgment, or the Council of Animals. We have the Ten of Challenges, or Ten of Swords. And we have the Tower, or the Folly, as they call it. So your inner child is telling you that life has so much to offer, so very much to offer. And you have a lot of choices. You're never going to know what's going to happen without making some kind of a decision about what way you want to go in life. You might think that there are those that are going to judge you about what you plan to do, but you're the one who judges. Your inner child is not going to judge your decision. That's not what they're there for. They're there for you to share with, and they're there to support you. Because again, every decision you have ever made about life, they have been a part of. In fact, they started it, and then as you got older, you pushed them away. You just decided that it was maybe better to do it all by yourself. So you put an end to your relationship. You forgot that they were there. However, this was a folly. They're saying this is never good because some of the Tower moments that you've had maybe could have been averted had you stayed connected to your inner child. Basically, they're not necessarily children anymore. They're very mature because even though they're your inner child, they want to have fun. They believe in fairies. They believe in creatures. They believe in the beauty of life, the potential of life. They believe in wishes. They believe in fairy tales, talking animals. And that's the kind of life they would like to see you lead, one that still has magic in it. And they'd like to whisper to you what type of magic you could be working with if you could hear them. And they'd like to let you know that, this seemingly horrifying ending between the two of you, it has never really ended. But you have to be able to hear them. So your inner child is saying they are there for you. They will always be there for you. And life will be ever so much more magical and ever so much more fun if you allow them to come forward and allow yourself to hear them. The Tower moments, those events in your life that seem to tear everything down, those don't have to be as harsh when you have someone on your side. So pile 1, that is the message from your inner child. Until next time, take care. Hello, pile 2. We're going to take a look and see what your inner child would like to share with you, which didn't take them but a moment to send out a card for you. So the card is family. And before we discuss it and get more information, I'm going to read from the book for you what this family card means. It says, family is a funny thing. It is not always chosen, but it is always a matter of love. Here we see a couple welcoming a newborn into their unit. The two younglings tugging on the branch demonstrate that togetherness doesn't mean we all pull in the same direction all the time. Being a member of a core group brings you the best and worst of things. You always have someone there to stand up for you and with you. Their loyalty is a thing of true endurance. However, you will also have those who know you well enough to call you out when you mess up. The blessing is that they won't abandon you after they tell you what you did wrong. They will be there as you work to correct your mistake. Family goes both ways, whether it is chosen or blood family. Take a moment to honor your own community. As you have been there for them, they will be there for you. Ask yourself what family looks like to you. So I find this an interesting message from your inner self. And I believe from this card that they're showing you this is who they started out to be, and then they grew, and then they became the adult that you are here. This family is all within you. This inner child knows your life from start to current, and they are the ones that you can definitely count on to understand everything that you've been through. This doesn't necessarily go both ways, however, because as an adult, you don't necessarily fully understand what your inner child went through as a child. You really have no idea because all you have are bits and pieces of memory. There isn't really, you can't do a day by day as you can for yourself as an adult. Your inner child, however, is there to see this day by day and try to remind you when you need it to offer you a little bit of information concerning your childhood. So let's see what more of a message your inner child has to share with you. We have the 10 of Challenges, or 10 of Swords. We have the 3 of Visions, or 3 of Cups. We have the Weaver of Challenges, or Queen of Swords. We have the Seeker of Spells, or the Page of Wands. And we have the Wise Woman, or the High Priestess. Excuse me, the Seeker is the Knight of Wands. So your inner child is sharing with you that they know that life has been full of major challenges, that the way that you think about life isn't always necessarily as pleasant as it could be. They hear your thoughts about life a lot of times, and they're saying there's not enough celebration here. They feel like there should be a lot more celebration than what you're seeing, and they would love to be there to help nurture that vision. They would love to be able to go questing with you for things that would make your life so much more exciting and powerful and adventurous. And they're saying really all that you have to do is go within and allow the magic to bring your inner child to you, to open up that magical communication. And a lot of times that magical communication is your intuition. It's bringing forth hidden things. And your inner child is saying they're feeling very hidden. Even though they're there always to show you the magic your life could be, This is seemingly where you prefer to be. But if you can get out of this, stop thinking that life is just so tedious and so difficult, and start looking at it as something to be celebrated. You don't have to celebrate alone. Your inner child is there to help you find that magic if you just let your inner child come forth, come out of the hidden shadows. They would love to do that for you. So they're asking that you allow them to be part of the family again, to be able to share with you the younger years and the mid years and the older years, to share it all with you. They're always there. They remember things, they experience things that you don't remember. They want to share, if you're interested. So pile 2, there is your message from your inner child. Until next time, take care. Hello, pile 3. So let's take a look and see what it is that your inner child would like to share with you today. There it is. So your inner child would like to share support. And before we talk about this, I'm going to read to you what it says in the book for this card. This is also one that pile 1 received, along with another card actually. So you might want to take a look at pile 1 as well. So it says, join our gentle creatures as they support one another. From the one resting on the ground to the one perched on their back, these two know what it means to be there for someone. It is less about knowing why they need you and more about showing up when asked. They remain gentle with each other because support isn't requested unless it is truly needed. One even rests their eyes as they are there simply for the job of being present. They are not needed for advice, input, critique, or anything other than their presence. This is a gift that is harder to give than we might imagine. How often have your requests for support turned from silent witness to Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It-All? Remember that when you are asked for support, it is always a smart idea to ask, what kind of support do you need? Some will need hand-holding. Some will need anything from a gentle boost to a swift kick in the rear. It is our right to ask for what we need and our responsibility to give what we are asked for once we have agreed to something. So don't let your own need for support hold you back from asking. You deserve it. Just set boundaries on exactly what you need. Our gentle creatures bring this lesson forward to you now. So your inner child is telling you they've been here for you all along. They've been here to help you in life all along. There's things they know from childhood that they experienced that is just basically a memory for you that you might not have full information about, that could help you in this current time. But you never ask. They're saying you just never go to them and say, hey, could you give me a helping hand here? And they would gladly do so. Right now, they're still supportive, but they just sit on the sidelines and listen. There's really nothing that they can do until you ask directly. So let's take a look at what more they have to share with you. We have the Weaver of Spells, or the Queen of Wands. We have the Keeper of Boons, or King of Pentacles. We have the Six of Visions, or Six of Cups. We have the Eight of Visions, or Eight of Cups. And we have the Five of Boons, or Five of Pentacles. So your inner self is saying that they understand that you kind of have a push me pull you kind of relationship with yourself. You've got that creative side that just wants to make things absolutely phenomenally beautiful and fun and active and just so full of life. And then you've got the more practical side that tends to be slower but fully understands how to make the best of the life that you have. These two are always, well, I should say kind of working against each other according to your inner child. And with the Six of Visions, this is the nostalgia card. This is your inner child. Your inner child is saying, we had so much magic, so much potential, so much feeling to everything that we did. And then all of a sudden we just kind of walked away from that. And this really has disrupted the way that life was meant to go. There is a happy medium between these two positions. You don't have to be king of your life or have total tight control of your life. You can have fun as well, but you have to allow magic in. You have to allow your inner child to come forth and share with you how to have a good time. You need to bring all the parts of you back together again so that life doesn't have to be disrupted in that way, so that life doesn't have to be burdensome or lacking. Your inner child is all about that, all about you, all about bringing the magic in whatever way is possible. Look at the coloring in these cards. It's so magical, except for here. This is bereft of color. It has a little, but it isn't exciting and vibrant. Your inner child says you deserve exciting and vibrant, and that's really part of who you are. You're not always this in control, can't let go kind of individual because life has to be just so. Oh no. She's asking you to remember what it was like to be a child, what it was like to be so excited about something that you were just bursting at the seams, to look at a butterfly and see the beauty in it, and to watch it fly and be amazed at how those thin wings could support and withstand wind and rain and the magic your inner child remembers. So they're saying, if you're interested, just ask. They will come forward for you and start bringing forth that magic again and start helping you bring together the parts and pieces of yourself so that this no longer has to be the case. Okay, pile 3. So that is your message from your inner child. Until next time, take care.